Yo, what is good, people? It is your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona and the Council and What's Up PlayStation.com. And first and foremost, if you are a newcomer, welcome. And if you are a regular, I appreciate you for coming back. And like I always say, I'm just a gamer trying to share my experiences with the world. Um, it's another week. And with every week, every Friday, we have our Mind of a Gamer podcast with me and MistaOfficialVG. And what we are is a conversational podcast where we talk about all things gaming, not just PlayStation. We save that for the council podcast, but all things gaming. We talk about all things gaming from a New York and Cali perspective. Shout out to Kev. I had to change it up. So yeah, that's we try to look at everything with a fair and open mind for the most part. I mean, we all get our little fanboy on or whatever, but we always try to approach things as fair as possible. And we a chill podcast. It ain't no huge panel. It's just me and MistaOfficial, and sometimes Crunk will come through and we'll have a special guest and stuff like that. But before we get into the guest and what everybody's playing and stuff like that, I wanted to announce to you guys that me and Jay Barry, we started up a Patreon called the Online Arcade, and pretty much what that is it's a dedicated group. It's for people that like fighting games and fighting games tournaments. If you missed last weekend, Barry held his Street Fighter V World Warriors 2 tournament, and it was a huge success. He had a lot of people come out, a lot of people supporting stuff like that, and so that's his second time doing that tournament. So with the tournaments and stuff like that, we decided that we kind of want to expand further. So instead of it just being Street Fighter, it's going to be Chaos Cold and Injustice. It's going to be all fighting games, whatever fighting game tournament that we that we create. And creating these tournaments, Bari, he said yesterday on the council podcast, creating those tournaments, man, that he's doing that out of his pocket, and it's upwards of like $500-600 or whatever. And it's a lot of time. It's time consuming, as Kev would say, time consuming. And so this is and please, this isn't something that's mandatory. It's just if you guys do like the tournaments that are being done, if you want to support that, we have a platform that you guys can do that for. And with that, I do want to announce the next tournament that's going to be coming up is the Chaos Code tournament that I'll be hosting, and I'll have some giveaways for that as well. The giveaways, I did a poll. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I did a poll on my Twitter for what games you guys would want, and so we do giveaways for the people that watch, and we also have the prizes for people that's fighting in the tournament. So the games that's going to be getting giveaway this time will be Nier Automata. I'll be giving away 2 copies of Nier Automata, and I'll be giving away 2 copies of Middle-earth Shadow of War to lucky viewers, and I'll also be giving away $20 PSN cards. And then as far as the prizes go for the fighters, the first, second, and third place winners, those will be determined at a later date in a video that I'll be creating. But yeah, so the Chaos Code tournament will happen maybe the first week of May. Well, be on the lookout for a video on my main channel explaining everything, and make sure you follow me on Twitter and stuff like that, and I'll explain, everything else will be ironed out in detail and stuff like that. But yeah, please, if you want to, like I said, it's not mandatory. I have to stress that this is not mandatory. But definitely check out the Online Arcade if you want to support what me and Jay Barry are trying to do out here in these gaming streets. And, shout out to Jay Barry, shout out to Hellspawn, Alchemist. Appreciate you guys for coming through. And with that being said, let's go ahead and introduce the folks on the panel, yo. First off, this guy right here is he's got to be the king of trolling these Xbox dudes on Twitter. And he's Yo, he up there with Bari. I'll say that, yo, because Bari is like up there, and this guy, he's up there as well. Like he know how to piss these Xbox dudes off, man. And I just be sitting back laughing, yo. But it's definitely an honor to have this guy here. IronWolf, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself, and let us know the games you've been playing throughout the week, bro.
Hey, what's up, PlayStation Nation? And what's up, Persona? Everybody else on the panel. Yeah, it's IronWolf here. And likewise, man, it's an honor to be here. Always meaning to do a podcast with you, whether it's yours or mine, man. Yeah, man, it's great to be here. Just keeping it gaming as always. Right now, just being like, there's just so much greatness here on my dashboard. I've been playing a little bit of Persona 5, a little bit of Parappa the Rapper.
Oh yeah.
Just going back and forth between so many games, man. Gravity Rush, you know, a little bit of Neo, and I was playing a little bit of Yakuza. I did Platinum and Nier Automata and Horizon Zero Dawn. So
nice.
All one at a time, man. You know, one day at a time as well. So, you know.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. What'd you think of that Nier Automata story, man?
Yeah, it was pretty dark to say the least, man. Like, you know, I didn't really expect it to be that deep, and I don't really go into detail to spoil it for anybody else who hadn't really played it, especially those on the chat. But yeah, it's definitely worth picking up. Yeah, so I advise everybody to cop this game. The music is freaking amazing in the game too, man. Best soundtrack.
It is. The music is definitely dope in this game. Definitely love the music. That's what's up, though. That's what's up, man. Like I said, it's great to have you here, man. Definitely looking forward to chopping it up and just talking about these games, man. Then we got one of the ladies of the council and one of the usuals on the Double XP podcast, and is also part of She Attack. This chick is a gamer, hardcore gamer at that. The big sis, Miss Crunk. Go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know what you've been playing throughout the week.
Yo. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody out there in the chat? We're going to be listening to this later on when we upload it. This your girl Crunker 711. Glad to be back on a new podcast, talking these games, and talking some other shit too. You know what I mean? What have I been playing? I mean, what has everybody been playing this week? Of course, the best game ever, the greatest game franchises ever, Persona 5. Yes, I have been on that since Tuesday. I mean, like nonstop. I've been on that shit all like. I had to redo a tower twice. So. Know what I'm saying? So I've been on it. I think I'm on the second dungeon right now. So like between the second dungeon and the metaverse area. But that's really what all I've been playing. Nothing but Persona. I told people that once Persona 5 come out, I wasn't playing nothing else for a while. So.
Oh yeah, that Persona is definitely life for a lot of PlayStation 4 gamers right now. They are.
I think we're supposed to get on Drawing to Death tomorrow, but that's about.
Oh yeah, that Drawing to Death will definitely get live streamed tomorrow. Me, Kev, and Jaleesa, and you know, whoever else wanna come through, we'll definitely be playing. You know, run a little lobby for like an hour or so. That'll definitely be happening. But yeah, that's what's up, man. That Persona is definitely dope. That's all you've been playing. That's pretty much it.
Man, like Persona been life, man. But look, this is the thing. I have been a fan of Persona since 4. So when they said it was coming out and they put it out there in 2013, I pre-ordered it like a couple months after that. So my game has been on pre-order since like 2014 or late 2013. Mm-hmm. So this joint been anticipated for a long time. So the delays cut me like a knife out here. So I'm putting my time and my effort into Persona, and that's about it.
That shit got delayed. Like that's just what come out.
Atlas killing me.
They pushed that back like 2-3 times. They pushed it back 3 times though.
Yo, I was gonna say one thing. Don't mean to interrupt. Do apologize, but judging by the sales, I really tell that a lot of people were thirsty for the game.
Oh yeah.
Including Crunk as well. Including Crunk.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, after playing 4 on the Vita, because that was my first Persona game, and I was like, yo, this joint is really good. Like, And actually, Persona 4 Golden got me back into playing RPGs again. So, because at one time I wasn't playing RPGs, I wasn't that type of gamer at that time. And then when I played that, it made me fall in love with RPGs again.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
What's up? That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. And my co-host, the big bro, also part of the council, MistaOfficial VG. Go ahead, introduce yourself and let us know what you've been playing throughout the week, man. Mr. Cali bound. That's his new name, Cali bound.
Yo, what is going on, y'all? What's going on, PlayStation Nation? Good thing, shouts out to IronWolf. Thank you for coming on, bro. I know you busy. Oh, and
thank you for inviting me, man.
The food, right? My bad. Yeah, I'm gonna make this short. What all have I been gaming on this week? I'm not streaming right now, but I'm finishing up my trophies on Horizon. And I played a little bit of Persona, got a taste, and thus I'm here on Horizon trying to finish up because I already know when I touch Persona, I'm not going back. So, yeah. And so that's pretty much it, though.
It already say take your heart on the box.
Take your heart edition, yo. They definitely ain't they definitely don't play when it come to that, yo. But since we are on Persona talk, let's talk about these Persona sales, man. Like, yo, so it's been announced that Persona 5 sells 1.5 million, and we only on Friday. Now it's good to note that 500,000 of that is from the Japan market from when it came out last year, but that other million that's worldwide. 1.5 million worldwide. Like, this is awesome. What you guys think about that? IronWolf, you first.
Well, yeah, I was absolutely, in fact, I wasn't really surprised, to be honest, because the PlayStation Nation, they're always out there supporting their games. They're really passionate about these JRPGs, the same way everybody on this panel, including myself. And 1 million in what was it, 48 hours or whatever?
Yeah, like 48.
Yeah, man, I could see this hit like maybe 2.5, 3 million copies worldwide, maybe even by the end of the year.
They're saying that this is Atlas is saying this is like their best, sold, like this is breaking some records for Atlas at least, and in their camp.
Definitely, man. And obviously, it's another L for the naysayers out there, because a lot of people were saying, I don't want to mention no names, but people were downplaying Persona 5, and just for the art style and because it's turn-based and not action. But that's what Persona's always been, right? And I just hope that Atlas remaster Persona 4 Golden for the PS4, man. To celebrate the success of Persona 5, because I know it's going to be a while until we get Persona 6. So if they can bring back Golden and pour it over to the PS4, that would be awesome, man. What do y'all think?
This goes to show how I guess I'll say unniche Persona 5 Persona is. Like, Persona is huge and it does have a huge following, and this seeing the sales of this further proves that. What you think, Julissa?
I mean, for me, I really didn't care what it sold, just because I'm a huge fan and I'm gonna buy it regardless of what it sells or whatnot. But it's good that it is selling, because it shows Atlas that people actually want the game. I mean, it's not like the sales were like of the other games were terrible or whatnot. But of course, back in those days, Persona did better in Japan than it did over here in the West. But now that they're seeing that the people in the West actually want these games, that's better for us, because that means we're gonna get these games, and we might get them sooner than what we were before. They might localize them a little faster, since they see that the Western market is actually buying some of these games.
Yes, all of that, because like Japanese games selling well or doing well like this, and seeing how popular and how much people want these games, it lets these Japanese developers know. They look and they're like, well, shit, if Persona 5 is doing this good, maybe such and such game will do good. They'll be more inclined to want to localize some of those other lower down titles that they may think folks don't want. But believe me, there's a market for that type of stuff. Bring them all over here.
Everybody be thinking that when Sony puts out a Japanese RPG game that it has to sell 1 million, and I'm like, it doesn't, because half the time it didn't even take 1 million for them to make the game.
Mm-hmm.
It took less than that, because they always wonder why. What's a game that probably didn't take that much money, but as much money as they make it, I mean, they make more than one, or they get sequels. But
I think probably like Shenron, something like Shenron Kagura or Disgaea, something like that. That doesn't
like
cost much to make. Yeah,
Disgaea got like 5 or 6 games, probably more than that, but it's getting sequels, so that means that it's making enough money to get a sequel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's an audience for that.
Yeah, every game doesn't have to do 2, 3, 5 million, 1 million. Every game doesn't have to. But I'm glad that Persona is doing that well, because it just shows that people actually. I think there's a lot of newcomers that are playing this game too, because a lot of people had no clue what Persona was.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that trailer came out, when they first showed that trailer and it was trending all over Twitter, I had a feeling that it was gonna do better than people thought it was.
Demi said,
go ahead. I just wanted to say one thing. I just wanted to add to what Crunk Girl was saying. You know, it was trending all over Twitter, right? But this is the thing, right? As far as I know, from what I've been seeing, they haven't been really marketing this game a whole lot, right? And you didn't see that many commercials for it. You didn't really see Sega or Atlas really promote the game like that. I think the success on this game was based on word of mouth alone. So the word of mouth on this game was really, really strong.
Well, Persona is huge. Like it's very huge. Like it has the anime, it has movies, it has a huge following. So
it has the spin-off games like the fighting games and the dancing games.
The fighting games, and then they've got the Vita. I mean, not the Vita, the 3DS title that's on there too. Like Persona is it's out there, and it genuinely is a good game.
It just wasn't. I would say this, that people who are in the West may not know about the game that much unless you watch like you said, anime. Like if you watch anime, you probably know what Persona is, and if you play some of the older games, you may know what it is. But a lot of people don't know what Persona is. I didn't even know what it was until I got a Vita. So, and I was heavy on PS2, and I had no clue what Persona was until I got a Vita.
What you think, Kev?
I'm happy you did good, honestly.
That's all that matters. It did good.
No. I mean, I was interested in the game anyway, though. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I mean, it just goes to show that, like, you know, there is an audience for these games, and people are, you know what I'm saying, willing to support them. You know, the audience is there. I mean, I'm a first-time Persona guy. I'm making them, you know, make that no secret and whatnot. I mean, my wife, she has a Persona 4 Golden, but I just never took the time out because I knew that Persona 5 was coming out. So I was like, I might as well just go fully in when that drops. So,
yeah.
Matter of fact, what's your experience with it while we on Persona? What's your experience so far? Since I know you kind of early in the game.
I mean, it's stylish as hell, man. I love the music. I didn't play. I know a lot of people like who played the other one, like, yo, Persona 4 music is better. But I mean, for me being a first timer, I don't know. It's more memorable to me because it's my first time actually like really somewhat investing in it. I mean, I only played like the first maybe hour or so of the game. But I mean, thus far, it had enough of an impact to me to let me know that I should be this is what I should be playing after I get done with Horizon. That's why I'm trying to hurry up and finish now. I had a little taste of the crack, and you know,
yo, once you get into it, man, it grabs hold of you. That brings me to something else, though. You know, we talked about this yesterday on the council podcast, but I'm gonna touch on it and get your thoughts on it, IronWolf as well. You know, Atlas put out a letter to the gamers, and they not playing no games. They like, look, we don't want y'all streaming this game. We don't want folks to be spoiled. You know, they really cracking down on folks that are streaming the game, giving them content strikes and all this crazy stuff. Do you think that's right? Like, how do you feel about that? Because I know you and me, we experienced the same stuff with this goddamn Berserk, and that's why we both got different channels, and I'm on here doing my podcast instead of Game with Persona. You know, so like, How you feel about that?
You and I both experienced the same thing with Koei Tecmo and Berserk. To be honest with you, I think it's a pretty shady move, and I even try to get the whole thing resolved, and I still haven't got it resolved, and that's why I created a new channel called the Greatness Podcast, where I'll do the live streams there, but I'll still have content on my regular channel until the strike finally lifts and I can start streaming again. But as far as Persona 5 goes, man, well, they are allowing you to stream it until the 7th of July in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that ain't so bad. Right now, I'm on April 25th.
Yeah, I'm only on April.
And I've been playing. Yeah, so I'm on April 25th, and I've been playing the game for like 10 hours. So I think then, to be honest with you, I get it. It's their game. Whatever they say goes. But you gotta let people promote the game. You know what I'm saying? If you want your game to succeed even further, it's cool. But then again, when I think about it, if they're letting you stream it until the 7th of July, that's enough content for you guys to actually cover, and enough promotion for Atlas to gain more sales. So in a way, because I actually thought that you cannot stream it at all, because I remember making a video about it when I saw the article from Polygon that hey, they're gonna block it on PlayStation 4, like the whole screenshot feature and the whole streaming feature, and capturing gameplay and everything on your game DVR. So I thought like they completely shut it down, and if anybody upload anything, they're just gonna copyright strike the thing. But here's my thing, and I think this is what they should have done. All right, if you're gonna say 7th of July, after that you cannot stream anymore, then have it set in the game where you use your game DVR until it hits 7th of July, right? Until it hits the 7th of July.
That makes sense.
Block it. Then you just block the thing. Once you reach to that part, block it. Then that's it. We're good. It makes a lot more sense.
What you think, Delisa?
Well, you know how I feel. It's some old boy job. But shouts out to Elgato. Shouts out to Elgato for the screenshot feature. Because that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, them screen. Yeah, I ain't gonna front. You know why it's messed up? Because like this game is so screenshot friendly. Because it's like the artistic style of it makes you want to take screenshots and like video and stuff like that. And it does suck a little bit. I can't lie.
Like, cause I'm looking at it right now, like what IronWolf was saying, but it goes deeper than that. Not even 7.7. They telling you they don't want but 90-minute long videos if you do video content. No major story spoilers, of course. I wouldn't want that either. They leave it up to like just judgment. They don't want nobody spoiling the ending, of course, and they don't want you spoiling like the first 3 palaces and the endings of the palaces. They don't want you spoiling none of that. Of course, they don't want you to show how people get their personas. They don't want you to show that either. They say you can post straight gameplay and then have commentary over it, which is cool, which is what I'm gonna do. I ain't posting nothing that got anything to do with boss fights or anything like that. It's probably gonna be just straight gameplay stuff. I'm not even gonna test those waters. Streaming wise, like he said, can't do past 7.7. I'm trying to think what else they said you can't do. Are you showing the session with use case? You can't show certain awakening scenes, and they just going OD. I understand why though, because it's a strictly story driven game. But my God, like no screenshots, like like you were saying before, the game is like so screenshot friendly, like because of how it looks. I be wanting to take mad screenshots.
Yeah, Kev, I know you stream a lot and you like taking screenshots and things like that. So I know hearing this, you definitely just like, come on, man. Like, what you feel, man?
Yeah, I mean, they gotta. I really wish that they would do something, but Persona ain't the one that like really kicked it off, man. This been going on since Hysteria, because Hysteria got a lot of cool stuff in there, and Hysteria, and you can't share screenshots or any of that stuff. So I mean, it's very, very disappointing and whatnot. They should at least allow screenshots, in my honest opinion. You can only reveal so much within a screenshot, so for them to even like deny you from doing that, it's like I think it's real foul. But I guess I'd rather that than, no offense to y'all, than have a berserk situation where they don't let you know and you find out,
Yo, I wish
the
they would have
hard
did
way.
that, man. I kind of wish Koei Tecmo would have did that, because I'm just like, yo, you ain't tell nobody. Like,
Yeah.
there's no disable features and nothing like that. And it's like I hit folks up and they just, I don't know, man. I ain't even gonna get to that. we only got 2 months left till I'm off strike.
I think Bari said something. They did it in another game too. Was it Dragon Quest Heroes or something? Like that?
Dragon Quest doesn't show the cutscenes. They don't, but they show the gameplay. They just, the cutscenes are blocked out though.
Oh yeah, and they did say that on Persona 5, like all cutscenes, you can't show none of that.
Yeah. So since we're on the topic of Japanese games, another Japanese game sold 1 million. Big shout out to Nier Automata hitting 1 million copies sold. This is good for the for Japanese like gamers and things like that. Like seeing these games, do well like this is definitely good. And it's crazy because Nier came out in a crazy time around Zelda and all in Horizon and all this other stuff, and it still managed to pull out 1 million strong. Like, what's your thoughts on that, Wolf?
Well, then again, this goes back to me saying I'm not really surprised. You had Last Guardian, it broke 1 million. You had Neo, another game, broke 1 million. And also, besides Persona 5, we also got, Nier Automata, man. And it was well deserved, I don't know if it's like all PlayStation or if it's like PC combined. I have no idea. But I'm pretty sure the majority of those sales were on PlayStation anyway. I think PC, and it's just my rough guess. So don't try to kill me if I say anything. I don't know. It probably sold 200,000 on PC or whatever. But the game, like I said, is beautiful, man. Like best soundtrack this year so far. Probably the best soundtrack in the last 10 years. It's up there with Persona 5, definitely. Because like the music alone in the game, like it kind of reminds me of like tunes like in the Middle East. Like it has that Arab kind of flavor to it, and to me that's like close to home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And gameplay, it's Platinum Games, so you know what to expect from that. And I just hope to see another one real soon, man. I hope Yoko Taro-san could obviously make another one if Square Enix allow it. Because apparently Square Enix weren't going to really allow Yoko Taro to have this game made. And one of the guys, I think it was one of the directors of Dragon Quest, actually threatened Square Enix, saying, if you don't let this guy finish his game, I'm leaving. So they had to let him make the game. So, props to the dude. And, I'm really happy for the sales alone. I'm sure this could probably hit even 2 million. We don't even know. Now, that 1 million news, it just came earlier this week. I believe it was Monday.
Yeah. I think I think it was Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, it was Monday or Tuesday, and I remember, the director tweeting it out and everything, and then you had a lot of people from different platforms begging for it or whatever. To be honest, hopefully they could port this over to the Switch or whatever, and maybe remaster the first Nier game. That would be pretty cool. Make it 1080p 60, improve textures, lighting, and everything like that. All the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be cool. Not only a sequel, but then remaster, the first game. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But definitely, man, I'm really, really happy with the news, man.
That's what's up.
It's another W.
Another
PlayStation Nation.
For real. Real quick before we move on to everybody else's thoughts, yo, big shout out to the admins in the chat. Yo, these dudes is on some precision with that snipe. The sniping is on precision, yo.
Shout out to the mods.
Shout out to the mods, man. That snipe precision, yo. Yo, Kev, what's your thoughts? I know you just happy. Go ahead,
Yeah, man. I mean, I haven't really I haven't gotten into Nier either too much, man. But I mean, the taste that I got with that, I'm so behind on my games, mainly because of my move. But and trying to freaking make Horizon my platinum,
Mhm.
my 45th platinum. But man, like I said, after I get done with Horizon, man, I'm gonna be all over the place. I know I'm gonna definitely be playing some Persona, and I'll probably try to stream some Nier to offset it. But just my schedule's gonna be a little bit different, probably well later for those on the East Coast since I'll be behind y'all as far as
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
But man, I'm gonna be on it. Don't even worry about it. What I played as far as the demo though was dope. It deserves all the accolades it got, and I hope that they continue on and let the franchise grow some more. I also hit it up with Drakengard is pretty good, so I'm gonna try to get into that as well.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I wanted to say about Drakengard, right? I hope they actually bring that back as a PS2 classic onto PS4, man. So
Yeah, I
not
never
only
played Dragon Guard.
If they do, I'll give it a shot.
definitely, man, because that's actually it's part of the same universe, right? So it really
Yeah.
began with
They were saying that
Drakengard.
some stuff in Nier was tied to some stuff in Dragon Guard. I'm like, what? Like, I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. What's your
Yeah, I
thoughts?
never got.
Oh, go ahead.
I never got to beat that game, so if they bring it over, man, it'll be pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Crunk, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I'm just happy that the games are doing good, man, and the games that people didn't think would do as good as they're doing,
Mhm.
they're doing pretty good. And I played the demo for Nier. I haven't picked it up yet because I said I'm not picking nothing else up till I beat the games I got for right now. But the demo was awesome. And I think there's been a lot of sleepers that come out the beginning of the year that people.
I think Nier is one of those sleepers though, because
Mhm.
it's like Nier is amazing. Like I can't I got the platinums for that, and I enjoyed all three playthroughs, and all three playthroughs are different. The way the story ties in from all three playthroughs in the last playthrough, it's crazy. And that final 2-3 hours when you're playing on the third playthrough, that's like historical game right there. Like it is really good.
Yo, Persona, would you agree with me if I said that the third playthrough completely felt like a different game?
Yes, it did. The pacing and everything felt different. It felt very different. Hell, even the end of the second playthrough when you were playing this 9S, I was just like, yo, like that whole scene at the end, like, yo, that shit was just crazy. It was crazy, yo. Like it's a good game. Very good game.
Yeah, I think the third playthrough was the most epic one, though, man.
Yes.
So, like, just want to advise those who haven't played it, man. You gotta play all three playthroughs if you really want to know what happened.
Yes, you do.
Because beating it once ain't gonna cut it. Just beating it once.
No, it's not.
That don't mean anything.
Another thing as well, I also like the music in Nier. The music is awesome.
Yeah, the music in Nier is it's funny because I said the music in Nier was my favorite so far this year, but then it's like Persona came out, and now I'm like, I can't choose.
Persona music is jazzy as hell. Yo.
I love that. I love the jazzy style because it's not a game. It's not game related, but it kind of reminds me of the style of Dark and Black. I don't know if anybody watched the anime, but Dark and Black got some real jazzy ass anime, jazzy ass music, and I love that shit.
Well, with Nier's music is very very chill and very like when you're in the bunker up in space, that music that plays is like I remember I was playing, I was standing there for like 20 minutes listening to that music because it's good. It's good music, but I love the music in Persona 5 as well.
So how did you react when you went to the title screen and that music started playing?
For Nier?
No, for Persona. You know when you first put it on and you
yeah. That music was good. I liked it. It had a very, like, after I watched the opening scene and all that stuff and I went to the title screen, it had that real smooth, it was like a real smooth, like lounge type sound. And it sounded good. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Like Persona 4 had amazing music too, so it's hard because I haven't gotten far enough where the music will change on me. So I haven't gotten to where I hear a whole bunch of different music yet. I think I only hear like a certain amount, but it's still all good. Like the music is really, really good. And then when you battling and the music starts changing, that joint is hot.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you go through your UI and the music that you hear on it is just,
it's good.
Yeah, man. I'm proud of Nier though, because a lot of people didn't think that a lot of these games was going to do as good as they're doing.
They're doing good, yo. They not playing.
And
They
for people who,
good.
you know what I'm saying, I'm not a Metacritic person. I could care less what games rank, but it does look good when you see a lot of these games that are actually getting rated 80 and above.
Mm-hmm.
That's real good.
Definitely. All right, let's move it along. So all of us in here, we're some type of YouTube creator, content creator. You know, we do videos, we do streams, we do all that good stuff. I don't know how many of us in here monetize our videos. I'm not sure if any of us in here do that, but YouTube is cracking down on the whole monetization thing, and now they require creators to accrue 10,000 views, lifetime views, before turning on monetization. Do you guys think this is fair? Do you think this is too much? Do you think it's too little? What's your thoughts on this? Starting with you, Crunk.
Hold on, say what now? Say that one more time.
YouTube is now they're requiring creators to accrue 10,000 views, lifetime views, on their channel before being able to turn on monetization. Do you think this is too much, too little? Do you think this is fair? Like, what's your thoughts on this?
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. 10,000 views is
it don't sound like a lot, but it kind of is for people that don't got a lot of traffic to their channels.
Yeah, I mean, but when you first starting off, most people ain't thinking about monetizing videos anyway when you first starting off. But I think it's kind of deterrent to the little guys. Mm-hmm. But it should make the little guys want to work harder. If you want to get bigger, you got to work harder. And then when you hit that 10,000 threshold, it'll be like it was for people like me and others who was on YouTube when you was getting partnerships, and it wasn't just you could just sign up for it and automatically get it. Mm-hmm. Where you actually had to work to get a partnership for YouTube, and it wasn't given to you.
Yeah.
So it's a give and a take. For people who are the little guys, I understand why they would be upset. I would be kind of upset, but then it would be a challenge too, because if you really want to do this, like since the share feature and all these features have been coming on these consoles, you've seen a spike in people sharing content on YouTube, which is a good thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, for the people who have found the love for YouTube and just sharing videos and enjoying gaming, this should be something that'll make them want to work harder. Mm-hmm. And if not, if they don't care about the money, then don't worry about it.
For real. Just Wolf, what you think, man?
Yeah, man. Just wanted to just add to what Crunk Girl was saying, man. You know, since last generation, it was pretty hard to actually because a lot of people never had access to capture cards. People never really had beefy rigs or whatever to actually create content and everything. But like since we had these next generation consoles like the PS4, Xbox One, and so on, right? It's been pretty easy to make videos, and I guess the market has been saturated full of many new YouTubers and everything, right? So I guess that could be one of the reasons why YouTube are trying to clamp down on a lot of these things. And to be honest, 10,000 it does sound like a lot, but you just gotta grind a little bit, man. It may take like between
couple months,
maybe even 3 to 6 months, maybe, who knows, at most. And once you get there, you could apply for a partnership, man. I was with Full Screen, and I'm done with them, because since that BS that happened between me and Koei Tecmo and Berserk, my actual partner didn't do anything. So I'm changing, and I'm gonna go to Curse, man. And I do recommend everybody to go to Curse. Yeah,
I hear they're good.
What was that?
No, yeah, I hear they're pretty good. Yeah.
I heard from a lot of people recommended Curse to me, so I went with Curse. And so far everything is good, man. But as far as the whole 10,000 views, like I said, I don't think it's a big deal. But I guess if you're starting out, it can be a little discouraging if you don't get a lot of traffic. But you gotta know how to, like I said, promote yourself and share your content out there with everyone. It's all down to knowing knowing people.
Yeah.
That's what it is. If you know people who could help you out, share your content, get you more traffic, you'll reach 10,000 views in no time, man.
Yeah. What you think, Kev?
I mean, it doesn't bother me as much, but I guess I never realized how many views I got anyway. So this topic came up, honestly, like as far as my views for my channel. So it wasn't really like a pressing issue. I mean, but I feel for the folks who like kind of on a come up, because I know it may be a bit discouraging, but maybe at the same time it can motivate others to get the channel views up.
Yeah. I actually looked at mine when this came up. I actually looked at mine on my main channel. I've got like almost 14,000 lifetime views. So I was like,
Damn.
oh
So
shit,
you
yeah.
straight anyway, but
Yeah, but I'm
you just don't
damn.
want to. Yeah, you don't want to just leave nobody behind though. At the same time,
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
like, but I mean that's cool though. I definitely do see. I definitely do see what what they're trying to do. They're definitely trying to clean up the saturation that's on YouTube because like Crunk and Iron said, yo, the spike is real. I wasn't even like, I wouldn't even have thought about going into YouTube last gen, but this gen, having the access with the PS4 and stuff like that, kind of pushed it forward a little bit more. And then it's funny because once I started doing it through the PlayStation and stuff like that, that's when I bought the Elgato. That's when I bought the Yeti microphone. That's when I started. I got the Sony Vegas. I've got the Photoshop, and I'm doing all these different things now. It's like it's changing into something more, but it's like I wouldn't. The starting factor with me having the PlayStation and the Xbox One and having these features definitely was the contributing factor to me wanting to get into it and get deeper into it to begin with. So,
Right.
But I mean, I think it's fair. I think it's cool. I don't think anybody should really feel some type of way about this. It's business, really. Sorry. Yo, John, what is good, my brother? I appreciate you for coming through. But yeah, let's move it on. So, Uncharted 4 story DLC that's slated to come out sometime this year, later on this year, and this week was the BAFTA awards, and Naughty Dog won Game of the Year there, and after they won the award, they spoke with the developers of Naughty Dog, and they kind of hinted at the length of the Lost Legacy DLC, and it's slated to be somewhere around 10 hours long. 10 hours long for the story DLC. I can't tell you guys how excited I am. I'm very excited about this, but what's your guys' thoughts on this, Wolf?
Well, if it's going to be 10 hours long, you could really consider that a full game. It's a fully fledged game, and it's definitely a game you could add to the list of exclusives. And I know a lot of people are going to say, no, it don't count.
Add it to the list. Add it to the list of exclusives.
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
Shit.
I know I trigger a lot of people with the list and everything like that, but it
Yo,
is
they
what
be
it is, man.
upset. They be mad. This list is crap. They only say that because they can't dispute it, though. That's the only reason
Well, yeah,
why.
numbers don't lie at the end of the day, and
They
look,
definitely don't.
when it comes down to number of exclusives, when it comes down to sales, when it comes down to anything, they don't lie. It's out there. Those are the facts, man. And as far as like the 10-hour thing goes, man, that's pretty awesome, man. It's definitely longer than games like Quantum Break. I beat that in about 7 hours.
Oh my god.
No, I'm not. I'm just giving it. I just want to throw a game out there. Unfortunately, it was Quantum Break.
Yo, Wolf, you savage, bro.
No, I don't mean to sound savage, man. I ain't trying to throw no break. Quantum Break is a good game, in its own right. But that's a lot of content there, man. And I think they could possibly charge between $20 or $30, I'll be more than happy to pay that if I'm getting that much content. So I wouldn't even complain anyway. You know,
I think
based
that's
off the
$20 or $30 if that's how long the game's gonna be. I mean, shit, that's pretty damn good.
yeah, well, you know, to you could actually get that if you had the collector's edition, right, of Uncharted 4, I believe, or if you had the season pass or something like that.
Yeah, you have to get
the triple pack.
Yeah, the triple play pack. You'll automatically get the story DLC, and the triple play pack when it first came out was $25. So
yeah, and they took it off the store, right? As far as I remember.
Did they? I'm not sure if they did or they didn't. They might have.
Yeah, because I remember Trillwave. You know, shout out to Trillwave. He actually told me that quickly buy this because Naughty Dog they're gonna take it out the store, and you know, I was gonna go and buy it, but then it slipped my mind. And by the time I wanted to buy it, it was no longer there.
Yeah.
So I felt kind of bummed out by it. But you know, it's all good. I'll be more than happy to pay, you know, whatever price it's gonna be. You know, I support my exclusive. Y'all know.
Facts.
Right.
Yo, Kev, what you think, man? How you feel about this?
I mean, like IronWolf said, like, I mean, shit, it's basically another damn game. 10 hours. I mean, think about it. I think you could be Uncharted 1 or 2 or any of them. I think in like about 10 hours.
Yeah, about 10, 11 hours. Yeah.
Like if you don't just if you're not trying to get everything, you just do straight story. You can beat a lot of the Uncharted in like around 10 hours. So
yeah,
that's a good look, man. Shit, tack on the platinum that bad boy. I'll rock with you.
Yo, for real, what you say? Yo, for real though, if they tack a platinum on that, that'll work. They did that. They did it with Infamous First Light.
Yeah, I'm saying though. So shit.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to give a shout out to Sony, man, because like I just love the fact that they're bringing out these standalone games, man. It's so awesome. And I know Horizon Zero Dawn, this is expansion for it. It could be a standalone game. Who knows, man? They may even show it at E3. And for them to even bring out Infamous and now this, you know, I really believe that if there's any story-based DLC, man, like Sony are really setting the standard for stuff like this. And I think, you know, every other, you know, platform holder, you know, should follow suit, man. Microsoft should start doing the same thing, you know, with their IPs and everything. Right. But that's just my opinion anyway.
Yeah, I respect your opinion, brother. Believe me. Jaleesa, what you think, man?
I mean, I'm happy. It's always good to get a part of Uncharted that I always thought was missing because I'm in love with Chloe. I love Chloe. And I'm a little mad that she was not in Uncharted 4. That pissed me off a little bit. I'm like, yo, what Chloe at? I
kind of was confused by that too. I thought Chloe would have been a part of this, and I'm like, oh damn, like I kind of missed.
Maybe this is the reason why she wasn't in 4. Maybe they had she was in a different place during before 4 or whatever, and we'll see why she isn't in 4. But I was a little upset because I was like, oh, when we get to the jungle, I know she's gonna be there. She gotta be there. And she did pop up. So I was
Elena popped up, save your ass.
Damn, yo, like she's in the multiplayer, but she ain't in the game. Like that ain't make no sense. But I'm happy because Chloe as a character, I love Chloe. So it's gonna be good, and then also it's gonna be good to learn about the other character as well because we really don't know much about her.
Nadine.
Yeah, we really don't know too much about Nadine and why she is the way she is. So, and it seems from the trailer that they look like they're younger.
No.
They're older because this takes place after.
Oh,
yeah, I was about to say that. I was about to say
this is after the fact, so we may get understanding of who Nadine is as a character after the fact, and she may like.
Okay. See, that confused me. I thought this was before, but
this is after. Yeah, they're older. This is like I think a year. I think they said a year or two after.
Now we're gonna know why Chloe wasn't in 4. Hopefully.
Yeah, maybe we might.
Hopefully they let us know something because I was just extremely confused and a little hurt. I was a little upset.
Yeah. All right, so
10 hours though, that's crazy. Matter of fact, how long was The Last of Us DLC?
The Left Behind, I think
I
thought it was like 2-3 hours. Maybe.
So this is extreme. Like this is like a full-fledged game, almost 10 hours.
I mean, even Infamous.
That's what I'm saying.
Like Infamous First Light story was like 5 hours, 5 or 6 hours. So this is
which
10
is
hours.
cool.
Yeah, 10
And I
hours.
think
And
it's probably gonna be a standalone too, so they're gonna make bread off of this regardless.
Yeah, they're gonna make bread. They are, and they still been putting out their multiplayer DLCs and stuff like that. So, you know, they're definitely supporting. They definitely are standing by supporting Uncharted. They definitely are. So I definitely commend. Naughty Dog
based
for that.
off based off the 8.7 million, how many copies you think they're gonna sell with this Lost Legacy?
Well, since more than likely this will be digital only.
No, actually, I checked on the official PlayStation blog. They confirmed it's gonna be a physical copy as well. It's gonna be at retail.
oh shit. I might even fuck around and get the physical too then.
That's
Just for the
I
fuck
might
of
snatch
it.
that physical up.
That's why I said you could add it to the list.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's why I said standalone, because you said digital. I'm like, nah, I think it's a standalone.
Damn, then it may sound like. I mean, I may be pushing it. They may sell like 3 million copies. I'm not even.
I ain't gonna say 3 million,
Come on,
but at least a mil.
Yo, guys, think about it. Yeah, this was on the front cover, and it was a feature in gaming format, right? Why would they give such promotion, in these kind of magazines over DLC? Makes no sense, man.
Yeah, because I think on the Game Informer, the joint I get from GameStop every month, they were on the cover of that too.
Damn.
Yeah, I remember. I think I still got it. Actually, it's over there in the corner. So they had a full-fledged story, and I think it was last month, I believe, that they made the cover. So, I mean, I would 2 million. I think that'd be good. 1 million or 2, and then it seems like they're gonna promote it. Sony's gonna promote it because it's Naughty Dog. So
yeah, they got it. They're gonna promote that. They're gonna
promote it. So it's gonna do well, especially like IronWolf said, it's gonna be in the stores. So you don't have to have a digital. You can buy it in the stores. That's even better.
Yeah, that definitely is. That definitely entices folks to buy it. Yeah, I'll buy it. I'll double dip and buy it physical.
We know you gonna double dip and buy it. You ain't care. Y'all, I mean, because you're Uncharted people. Like, it's nothing wrong.
Yeah, Uncharted is that's one of my favorites.
Like, even though you went digital, it's certain games I know for sure you're gonna get physical. It's just certain games that you just gotta get physical.
Yeah, because I triple dip for a few games.
Man, I double dip for Persona. I bought the digital and the collector's edition.
Well, I didn't double dip like that. I got 2 physicals though. 2 physicals, one for me.
You got 2 collector's editions at that. It's like you.
Yeah.
Also, man. Yeah. That steel case looks awesome.
It does. Yo, you know what's funny? I said when Uncharted 4 first came out, I said that was the best steel case I've ever seen. Steelbook case. Then when Horizon came out, I said, okay, I got to bump Uncharted down because the Horizon Steelbook case is beautiful. Persona, I got to bump you down, Horizon. I'm sorry. Persona Steelbook case is the best looking Steelbook case I've ever seen.
And I love the art book too. I wish I could have got it, man. The art book looks dope.
Yeah, the art book is nice.
You get the soundtrack too with Take Your Heart edition, man. That alone is worth it.
Plush. That messenger bag is dope. I like it. That
I ain't even opened it up yet. I should do an unboxing because one of my copies is not even open.
Oh, it comes with it comes with the plush of Morgana too, right?
Yeah, the Morgana plush. Yeah. All right, let's since we're on the topic of Naughty Dog and all that, Jak and Daxter 1, 2, 3, and X will be coming to PlayStation 4 as PS2 classics later on fall this year. I am extremely excited for this. I just wanted to put that out there for you guys.
Because I still own the PS3 HD collection. It is still over there chilling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had it and I never played it, and I wound up trading it. I'm gonna play it this time though.
Yo, I'm gonna go off topic here. This is a great time right now for PlayStation guys. Like, yo, we getting Crash 1, 2, and 3. We getting Jak and Daxter. We're getting Wipeout. We just got Parappa the Rapper. Yo, they bringing back some classic, like hitting home type shit. Yo, like it's.
You getting the PS2 days plus some, honestly.
Plus some, for real.
Getting the RPGs to offset, you know what I'm saying, the platformers and the stuff that we grew up with. We getting all of these RPGs too. So and not even just RPGs, just Japanese games in general. And then not all of them are the same.
And then my Shamrock Agora about to come out soon.
So like Nier isn't like Yakuza, and Yakuza isn't like Persona 5. They're all totally different.
I know those are two very, very different games.
Yeah, I'm
very
just saying,
different.
like, that's a good thing. And then it's like you got a teeter. You got the JRPGs and the Japanese games that we love, and then we're getting the old school classics too. I think that's really good. And then we got a new IP out of Horizon. So
there's something for everybody right now. Like,
Yeah,
literally.
and another thing, man, we're getting Final Fantasy 12 the Zodiac Age 2 in July.
Yeah, that's right. Yo, I'm
PSC.
ready. That's my favorite FF, man. I'm ready.
Final Fantasy as well, 12.
But yo, let's jump into this topic, right? But yeah, let's jump into the topic. Dun, dun, dun. Oh man, I'm gonna skip over the Nintendo stuff because Nintendo, they doing good right now. I don't want to shit on the parade, but so this week, I think everybody knows, and if you don't know, you must be living under a rock. Oh, yo, Philip Ruland, what's good? Hello world. Shout out to Choco for the invite. Oh, yo, Miss Choco, appreciate you sharing the podcast out there. Yo, Philip, I appreciate you for coming through. I do hope you do enjoy the podcast. Yeah, but so if you don't know, Scorpio specs got revealed this week. And well, yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was the day before. One of those days. And all of social media is in an uproar, like always with these things. So my question is this, because there's been articles that's been coming out saying these outlandish things like, hold on, let me pull up NeoGAF for you guys. Hold on, guys. Xbox One could outsell PS4 this year thanks to Scorpio. And other things like PS4 versus Xbox One in the US, the gap will close. The gap will tighten with the release of Scorpio. Like all these different outlandish things. There was another article that said Xbox Scorpio stands as Microsoft's biggest challenge yet to win back gamers. That one makes a lot of sense. So my question to you guys in the panel is, do you think Microsoft listened to its loyal customers when making the Scorpio? And do you think Scorpio is a step in the right direction for Microsoft? Starting with you, IronWolf, take us off.
All right. As far as listening to the fan base, I guess they were listening to the guys who watch Netflix and everything, and who just talk about hardware all the time, and who don't even game. Guys like me who like to game and like to play video games, they won't really listen to guys like me. Guys like you, who are more interested in games rather than power. And as far as the whole unveiling goes, man, and as far as the whole direction, I think it's a step in the right direction. The console's great for what it is. I do remember a lot of people were, touting many things, and they were saying that they're insiders, they hold stocks in, AMD, and I have inside information. They were saying Scorpio's gonna have Vega, it's gonna have Ryzen, and obviously, that didn't seem to be the case, and there was a lot of eggs in many people's faces, but the console's still great. Now, what it is, I feel like the radicals and the diehards out there, they're kind of ruining it for the Scorpio alone, because somebody from the outside looking in, especially if it's if it's like a Nintendo guy or a PlayStation guy, when they look at this thing, they think, okay, it's powerful, but then they think, where the game's at? And as far as the initial unveiling of the specs or whatever, Persona, I don't know how to explain this, man. They didn't really televise this console the way it should have been. Mm-hmm. Now, at least what they could have done is, have a live stream, had a dedicated, keynote for the Xbox Scorpio. Microsoft could have done this themselves, and probably have that guy from Digital Foundry, I believe his name is Richard, have this guy on stage. Yeah, have this guy, you know, on that stream or whatever, where he could like say whatever he has to say. That I've checked it out, it's amazing. Have this little tech talk kind of thing. Have a live stream on Xbox.com, Twitch, YouTube, whatever, right? Or even the live event app on Xbox Live. This should have had a live stream of this thing. You know, so the media could go to Redmond, or you know, the Redmond campus where they always do their events or whatever, where they unveiled the original Xbox One. They could have done it there, man, and redeemed themselves somehow. But instead, we got a screenshot with just numbers on it. That's all we had. It's just numbers.
I'm sorry.
And you know, because they were showing frame rate. They were showing frame rate, and they were showing how much, you know, how much power they had, how much percentage of the GPU that was used, and how much they had free. When you think about it, right? And I mentioned this on the podcast yesterday. When you look at the actual shot, it's a still shot of every car on the start lane. So obviously, you're not playing the game. It's not even in full motion. So obviously, it's not going to use up that much of the GPU. You know, it's not going to render too much. So yeah, I believe they're trying to fool a lot of people. But you know, at least they could have done. You know, at least what they could have done is show gameplay, at least like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, at least something. But instead, they were showing a 2-year-old game, and it's already available on PC in 4K at Ultra. Forza, I think it was Forza 6 Apex.
Yeah, it was.
They were basically showing that game on Scorpio. That's it. But as far as the console goes, I do hope it does good. You know, I hope a lot of people go out and support it and everything. And you know, it is a step in the right direction. And I do hope, Persona, that you know it succeeds at least in America. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people around the world, they probably won't be interested like that. But they do have a shot on you know, closing the gap or even surpassing Sony in the US alone. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Persona disagrees. I can tell you that.
No. It's not that I disagree. I'm about to ask the panel. Can Persona go? Can Persona go next?
Go for it, man.
Okay. I'm gonna take something from something that once. Well, let me start from the beginning. The specs for the Scorpio look good. You know, I'm not even gonna say, and everybody, and it's been confirmed that it is stronger than the Pro, and that is, you know, that's to be expected, I guess. You know, and things like that. Now, my thing is this, and I kind of knew this was gonna happen, and it's kind of sad when you look at it. Once the specs and things like that came out confirming that the Scorpio was stronger than the Pro, and if you watch Digital Foundry, and I forgot to do his name, and I watch Digital Foundry all the time.
Richard.
I forgot his name. What's his name? Richard, right? Yeah. If you listen to what Richard was saying during the breakdown of the specs, one thing that stood out to me that he said was that Microsoft said that they are determined to get back on top as the most powerful console. Now, hearing that, you know, I'm looking at it like, okay, you want to get on top as the most powerful console, that's fine. But what about on top as the most played console? I feel like the vision in Microsoft right now isn't with the gamers. I really do feel that the vision is with the PC crowd, or with, I don't know where this vision is coming from, but it's not the vision of what a gamer wants. Now, again, does power and graphics and things like that matter? Yes. Does the specs of the console look good? Yes, for the price, which we don't know yet, but it's speculation of what the price could be. But the Xbox, and this may come off a little fanboyish, but I feel like the Xbox primary Xbox owners have been starving for games. And I'm gonna take something that One Stop said yesterday. One Stop, shout out to him. He said that it's obvious that Microsoft has been dumping its Xbox division fund into the creation of the Scorpio and not into the development of new studios, the securing of third-party studios, or the development of new IPs. And it's quite obvious when you look at the breakdown of everything coming out of Microsoft right now that this is true. Because what is the majority of what Microsoft has been getting? Controllers and consoles.
Backwards compatible.
And backwards compatible games. That's what they've been getting for like.
In Halo
yeah, I mean, Halo Wars
2 and was that Rise and Shine, the indie game?
Oh, by the way, Rise and Shine is available to pre-order on PSN right now.
Oh, it is? Damn, I thought it was coming out only on Xbox.
Exclusive?
Never mind.
Is that exclusive? Exclusive.
Nah, check it. It's available to pre-order right now. Rise and
there you
Shine
go.
on PSN.
Well, never
So,
mind.
Rise and Shine on PSN.
Now, so yes, the Xbox Scorpio is a good console. I mean, it is a powerful console, or more powerful than the Pro. It is is it a step in the right direction? It's a yes. It's a yes and no. And the reason why I say yes is because when you look at a consumer that's going out and spending money, consumers love to get the best bang for their buck. You feel me? Consumers always want to feel reassured that whatever they're spending their money on, it's going to be the best of the best, because that's why they're spending their money. This is true. So when you look at it from a standard consumer, yes, the Scorpio will deliver in that regard. Now, if you flip the coin and look at it from a gamer's perspective, right now, I feel the Xbox won't deliver, because looking at its track record from Xbox One OG, the original launch of the Xbox One, to Xbox One S, they didn't deliver there. So, and they canceled games along the way. Now we're going from Xbox One S to the Scorpio that's coming out fall of this year. They canceled games again. They brought nothing but controllers. The games have been lackluster at best. And they have been starving their community, really, with games. Like, you've been getting more backwards compatible games than you have been getting new experiences. That's not good.
Here's the thing. When you see more Xbox 360 games on the store than Xbox One games, that's a problem. That's a huge problem. And I have a question for everybody on the panel, and you could answer it in whichever order you want, right? Do you feel like, since we know the specs and everything, we know it's got a Jaguar 8-core CPU that's just overclocked, and we have a GPU already that's available in the market. It's not a Vega GPU. Do you feel like this console, based on these specs, should have come out last year, same time as the Pro? Why is it taking them so long, a whole entire year, to bring out this console? Because based on what it has inside the console, this should have been out last year.
I don't think it was ready. Might not have been ready.
Yeah, I mean, considering with them trying to do all that they did, like free up all of the bottlenecks as far as the Jaguar CPU is concerned. I'm not a tech guy, but I mean, I do know, from watching videos, a lot of people, even the Digital Foundry guys, said that this was a problem on the Pro and the PlayStation itself. So, or both consoles, I should say, because they both run the same GPU or whatever.
Mm-hmm. This one is at a higher. This one that's in the Scorpio is a higher higher clock speed.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back because I'm just gonna say what all I gotta say later. But
Crump, you wanna go ahead and give your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, like I said on the podcast last night, I don't know nothing about specs and none of that. All I know is the games that they're gonna be playing on it. I really could care less. Like, I don't even have a Pro right now. I really don't. Like, I want to play some of the games. Like some people don't know, I'm not a huge Xbox person, but it's certain titles that I actually do like. Crackdown, I can't wait to play that. Scalebound, I wanted to play that. What's the name of the
Fable?
The animated game.
Cuphead.
Cuphead looks awesome. And those joints I actually really want to play. I really want to know. Microsoft has been extremely quiet, and I never like look past them and like they ain't gonna show nothing. I'm like, they're gonna show something that we're not looking for, that we're not seeing. But why? I don't know, man.
I mean, here's the thing. My whole thing is this. When it comes to the spec reveal and things like that, I really do wish that they would have did what Sony did, where they held a separate conference
at a presentation
at that closed, like it was like a closed off, not open to the public. It was just major press that was there. They showed off the Pro. They talked about the price. They talked about what you can get with the Pro, what to expect. They showed off new games.
Well, they only showed off like 1 or 2 new games, right?
Yeah, they still showed
Mass Effect Andromeda.
They showed Mass Effect. They showed Days Gone. They showed Horizon. They showed
Days Gone was shown at E3. Let's be honest, but they showed new footage of games.
That's what I'm saying. They showed new footage running on the Pro. That's what they showed at the Sony thing.
And Persona, and that's exactly what I'm saying. That's what Microsoft should have done instead of doing it this way. Because now it looks really bad. It just looks like, hey, look, they're paying Digital Foundry for positive coverage and just to advertise this thing. That's just the way it looks right now. So I believe Microsoft should have done it and televise it, in their own way, the way it's meant to be done.
I do wish they would have done that way, just so that they can leave.
And as far as the games go, and I feel it's promised a lot of things, and I still haven't seen anything. He's promised, you're going to get a lot of JRPGs. I didn't see many. I saw a couple of multiplats, and he's going to make amends to Street Fighter 5. I still haven't seen that. So hopefully at E3, I would, based on the fact that they left their, fan base starving to death, right? It's been like the Sahara Desert. Seriously, for real. I'm not even trying to throw shade, but it's just the way it is. That's how I felt when I was over there. I felt like I was starving. I felt like I was in the Sahara Desert. Like they have this pattern, and they seem to be doing it every single year. They release like a few games during the holiday season, and at the beginning of the year, they probably release one, and it's just going to be dry for the majority. And then everybody says, wait till E3, and then E3 come, they announce games. But then after that, you're still going to have to wait another few months until you see those games. So that's been a big problem, and they haven't been really consistent like that. At least with Sony, they'll bring out games at the beginning of the year, some remasters during the summer, and then during the holiday season, they'll release maybe 2, 3 at the end. But they're spreading games all year round. So for the fact that they left everybody dry and starving, I think, they should at least announce 15 exclusives at E3. And one of them has to be Lost Odyssey 2. Because that will make me personally, I'll be really happy with that. They need to announce like because since they canceled Scalebound, they need that one big Japanese game. And what better than Lost Odyssey, right?
Well,
but people support it though. I mean,
I was just about to go there and say that. Go ahead, Kev.
No, I'm just saying, like, because it seemed like even with like the big games like Final Fantasy 15, they didn't even support that. I thought that they would to at least show.
They didn't support it. I do agree. Based on the numbers I'm seeing, it says 800,000. They didn't even hit 1 million. But at least they could show.
That's a good number, though. That's a good number.
800,000. Come on, they at least hit 1 million. See, Final Fantasy 13 sold more on 360 than Final Fantasy 15 on Xbox One. So you could really see that there's a huge decline with certain JRPGs on the Xbox console itself. The fan base just isn't there like that.
I wouldn't say that.
But this is, well, I mean, I don't.
No,
I don't know.
I'm just comparing it to PC and PS4.
Okay.
At least PC, they have a lot of people that's into JRPGs, and same thing with Nintendo and PlayStation. Like, they have a certain crowd on the Xbox, and most of them just prefer shooters, man.
Yeah,
based off the sales and the numbers, they don't lie, bro.
I agree.
Just look at the community.
No, I'm just saying the community has kind of cultivated itself into like having that mentality. Like, look how they ridicule like PlayStation guys and Nintendo guys. Oh, you weirdos and you weeaboo folks, and it's like that mentality has been spoken up. You know, life and death. I'm not trying to get too weird on y'all, but life and death is in the power of tongue. But you keep saying stuff and saying it eventually, you know what I'm saying, comes to fruition. And a lot of these guys, this generation, have been saying like, "Oh, that's jack crap," or cross dressing games and this weird shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they've kind of just brainwashed their audience and their fans to kind of look at those games like that.
But my thing is this, and I noticed this yesterday all through Twitter, because I was reading a lot of folks' tweets and how folks were feeling and things like that, and the important questions from the actual Xbox fan base weren't being asked. Like, folks were saying, folks were more happy. And obviously, I have to stress this. This is not everybody in the Xbox community. This isn't me trying to, bash you guys or whatever. But I've seen a lot of guys in the Xbox community more happy that they'll have a console that's now finally stronger than the PlayStation 4 or the PlayStation 4 Pro than actually having games, it seems, because that the lineup, this, like, look, and granted,
but don't you find that weird though? Don't you find
that's what I'm saying? Like, this is very weird because and you have to make the comparison to PlayStation 4, because PlayStation 4 is Microsoft's biggest competition when it comes to games. And when you look at this year alone from the PlayStation side, it makes you look at everybody else and say, yo, there's no excuse. Like, there is no excuse. Now, granted, this year, the beginning of this year has been like the best beginning of a year in like maybe like 5 years. Like, I'm not even kidding. This is rare. Like, this right now is rare. But
we ain't golden age, bro.
You know what?
But like, looking at this, when you look at the lineup and how games are releasing on PlayStation right now, how PlayStation is announcing its future titles, how PlayStation is laying out the blueprint for things that they're trying to do with game DLC and with new IPs and with E3, with PSX, the bite that PlayStation has on the gamer audience is there. And that's something that Microsoft has to really step up and try to break if you really trying to really make a dent in PlayStation sales.
Here's a problem. I was gonna say here's a problem, Persona. So sorry about that, Crunk. But here's the thing, man. They just don't have like the first party muscle like that, the way Sony do and the way Nintendo do. That's the problem.
It's not.
I mean, but if you look at first party releases this year, Sony's only had maybe like 4, so far this year.
Most everything else that we've been in aren't first party though. They're like second party and third.
They're second and third party and third party deals.
Yeah, but a lot of these PlayStation games that we have now, and then we also have coming in the future, a lot of them are groundbreaking. They just look absolutely amazing. And you look at the Xbox side and you look at the Scorpio and what it's going to launch. From what we're seeing right now, we haven't hit E3 yet, but let's just look at it from what we see now, right? You have, I don't know about Cuphead, because that may come out before E3, who knows? But we have State of Decay 2, which looks like an okay game. Sea of Thieves doesn't look like it's going to have a wide appeal. And Crackdown was never really a banger, because on 360, no one cared for Crackdown. I bought Crackdown, and the only reason I bought it was to get into the Halo 3 beta. That was the only reason I bought that game. But no one really cared for Crackdown like that. It didn't even sell. And then, we don't even know what else they have coming. Now, what I think they should do, personally, I remember like during the OG Xbox and 360 days, during those days, Microsoft actually had a studio in Japan. It was called Microsoft Studios Japan. They closed it down, unfortunately. But what they can do, what Phil should do, is actually open up a studio in Japan and recruit some of these devs, take care of them, give them all the funding they need, and they could create a beautiful new IP for you, man. It'll be perfect, man. It could be an action RPG. It could be whatever, JRPG.
You know what it is, though.
Hold on. Let's get MistaOfficial's thoughts before we go off into it.
Let Kron go. Let Kron go.
I mean, what piggybacking off what IronWolf says, it seems that Microsoft, when it comes to first party, I don't think they want to lose money. as you can see with Scalebound, after a while they just gave up on that shit. Sony takes 10 years, they're not giving up on no game. They still ain't gave up on Agent yet. Agent still got trademarks. Like that game is not dead yet. We thought we was never gonna get Last Guardian, but we eventually got that sucker. You know what I mean? Like it seems that Microsoft has stuck to one thing, and not just Microsoft in general, because there have been different types of games, but then the people that they've cultured throughout the years don't want to play those games.
Yeah, I know that, and I know.
But look though, this is my thing. I feel like if you know who your audience is, you should tailor your first party titles to the gamers that you've cultivated over the years. If you know, let me finish. If you know that your specific counterparts love Call of Duty, love Gears, and they love Halo, and they actually like Titanfall, then you may want to tailor some of your games kind of towards those areas and sprinkle in the other games in there to satisfy everybody else like us who really may not play all those games. It seems like they're not doing that enough. Quantum Break for some people was a disappointment. For me, I haven't played it yet, but I thought I'm a Remedy person. I've been saying Microsoft needs to buy Remedy. I've been saying that since 2013, even before that. I'm like, why hasn't Microsoft made them a first party company yet? Like, why haven't they bought Remedy?
No, it's because Remedy want to be independent. That's why.
Yeah, I know why, but I'm just saying, like in general, I'm like, dang, why haven't they bought them yet? I want to know what happened to that game. That the guys that took over Gears, where the hell happened to that other game that they were making that they showed at one?
You're talking about Shanghai, right?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
that looked dope. Yo, like, what happened to that?
Yo, that looked pretty awesome. Shanghai. I just want to talk about Shanghai for a second.
Oh, it was different.
It was definitely different, and it was definitely going to be a groundbreaking game. But here's the problem, Crumb. They had to work on Gears. That game was actually 80% complete before they shelved it and started working on Gears 4. Now, what they can do, and hopefully they're going to do it at E3, maybe, since they finished Gears 4, maybe, they took it off the shelf and they just finished off the game. Who knows? And they may show this game at E3 as a new IP. Or maybe they could have turned this game into like a third-person, dog game. Who knows, man?
Yeah, I mean,
there's definitely a whole lot of possibilities right there.
There's possibilities. There's possibilities, man. I mean, all isn't dead, and I tell people that all the time. Anybody can rise because everybody thought Sony was dead until 2010, 2011 when they started getting their shit together. You know what I'm saying? And people are people have been getting tired of getting shit on because of these third party games. How do you think PS3 gamers felt for the whole generation? Generation.
It was dry. Like, we didn't get Star Ocean to like damn near the gen was damn near over, man.
Not even
like when you start getting RPGs to the end, man.
Like, yeah, you right. Not even just that. The fact that third party wise, we got shit on the whole generation. It wasn't just half a generation, and then Sony decided to make a new console and all the games ran better. Hell no, we got shit on all the way to the end.
Oh, and to kind of touch on that, because shout out to I hate to bring this up, but I'm bringing this up. Shout out to Fame. He put up a picture of PS3 in the PS3 days when they announced the PS3 and the price point and the different tiers and all that stuff. That was Sony's, like, I'll admit, and I'm pretty sure we all in here can admit, that was Sony's fuck up. Sony's fuck up was the price was $600, which was like insane. The different tiers with the 20 gig, the 40 gig, the 60 gig, the 80 gig, like, all that was too confusing. And then on top of that, the cell architecture, which actually made third multiplats look worse on the PlayStation, because remember, the graphics comparisons were on PS3 and 360, and it was known that graphically games looked better on the 360.
After a while,
and Call of Duty ran, like, they purposely gimped Call of Duty on PlayStation because Microsoft had the third-party deal. All these different things that PlayStation 3 had against it. It was stacked. It was stacked. And then to add on to that, the games and stuff like that, we didn't start getting good games until late into the gen. Like this is true. We weren't getting good games until late in the gen. Now, that turnaround of the games and stuff like that helped Sony, catch up in sales and stuff like that, and ended up, being close neck and neck in sales. But this gen, the difference here, this gen with the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 is Xbox One came out the gate unfinished. PlayStation 4 came out the gate proper. They learned from their mistakes and they fixed the issue. Microsoft got cocky.
Same thing PS2. I mean, same thing with Sony.
PS3.
They got cocky.
Yeah, Microsoft made the same mistake that PlayStation made last gen, got cocky. And they thought that folks was going to go for the DRM. They thought folks was going to go for the always online. They thought they riding the coattails of they lost Bungie because Bungie wanted to create something different. And Microsoft said, no, only create Halo. We still want you to put out the Halos. And Bungie left. They got with Activision, which is, whatever. That's like one devil going to another. But Activision allowed them to create their own vision. And now we have Destiny, which is one of the highest selling games of this gen, one of the most popular games of this gen, and is getting a sequel in a couple of months. All because they allowed the company to create something different.
Yeah, could I just add to what you were saying about Bungie, right? That was their premiere, that was their main studio, that was their Naughty Dog during the 360 era, right? Everybody loved Bungie, and they were just making nothing but bangers. But here's the thing: it came to a point where after Halo Reach, they just wanted to make a new IP, and they've been wanting to make this since 2009. When you look at Halo ODST and you look at the Easter egg, you see this Easter egg where it says Destiny awaits. So I knew from that point on that, hey, they want to make this game. Microsoft didn't want them to go ahead with it. They just wanted to, they wanted them to continue making Halo. And it came to a point where they had a little bit of they had their differences. And don't you think it's embarrassing when you have a studio wanting to buy back their independence so they could go out and create this game? That's like Naughty Dog going to Sony and saying that, hey, we want to buy back our independence so we could create a studio and go multi-plat. That's just embarrassing, yo.
I think
so. Microsoft kind of mismanaged. They kind of mismanaged some of their first-party studios and also closed them.
Yeah,
but right not only that, but I think they kind of. Well, go ahead, Julissa.
No, I was gonna say I think Destiny fell into Sony's lap. I think they knew kind of what this game was gonna be, and it was like, you know what? We're gonna take this L, and we're gonna give them this money, and we're gonna see how it goes. And if it's a hit, then it's the luck of the draw. And if it isn't a hit, then we went with somebody we thought was proven, and it just worked out. You know what I'm saying?
It definitely did. And here's the thing. Like Destiny, in all reality, could have been an Xbox One exclusive. It could have been their game.
Could have been. And if that would have been an Xbox One exclusive, I would have been on that Xbox One. Trust me, because that Destiny was good.
Yeah, that Destiny's like crack.
Right. I was just about to say that. Like, they should have just let Bungie make that game and leave Halo alone for a while.
You know what though? I hope that this.
My bad.
Damn.
Like, not as good. I hope that with all this, that you know what though? I think with Horizon Zero Dawn, I really do hope that this opens up the eyes of a lot of people, because again, Horizon is an FPS. Those devs are FPS devs, and they created an RPG, brand new IP experience that was a blockbuster hit. That was a story well told. It looked good. It ran good. The story was good. It was critically acclaimed, and it got supported. A brand new IP that got supported. Yeah. I hope that Microsoft looks at this and looks at all of what's happening right now. I hope they look at all of what people are saying. I hope they look at the games that's coming out. I hope they look at everything that is happening right now. I really do hope that they look at that and come to E3 and bring it.
But I mean, the thing about it is, this is nothing new for Sony though, because if you if you've been with Sony since PlayStation 1, you should know Sony will kill a franchise in a minute. They do not care. They want new, fresh ideas. Like, they want their studios to kill one game, and like Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog hasn't, you know what I'm saying? They never do the same franchise for too long. Like they was on Jak and Daxter, they killed Jak and Daxter, and they went to Uncharted. They went to Uncharted, and I got a feeling that Uncharted is either gonna die or it's gonna go somewhere else, and they're not gonna work on it no more because they're gonna be working on Last of Us. And then sooner or later, they're gonna kill Last of Us and do something else different too.
I want Kev's thoughts. Give me your thoughts, Kev. You've been kind of quiet.
Yeah.
I'm listening. I'm letting everybody speak. But just piggybacking off of what Jaleesa said. I mean, she's right though. They've killed IPs, but they haven't like just put them in the dirt, but they've let them live long enough to where, okay, I'm getting tired of this, not going to this one. Because think about it. During the PS3, we had what games did we start off with? Okay, we had Warhawk, which was pretty good, and they supported that pretty much throughout the entire gen. Then we had Starhawk, which was the sequel to Warhawk, and then we had the Resistance series. And then
Mag, right?
Oh Lord, Mag, yeah, we had Mag.
I think Mag was before its time, though. Well, Mag
it was.
And
in today's climate, that shit would be popping, but around the PS3 days, it was just too much.
Mm-hmm. Have you realized one thing though? Like during the first few years of the PS3 life cycle, man, they were bringing a lot of shooters, man. Like from Haze to Resistance.
Yeah, they were trying to compete with the 360, and they didn't stay in their lane. That's why I kind of agree with what Jaleesa says. Like with them, they should make games that cater to their audience. Because if you think about it now, PlayStation creates games that cater to their audience. You got your Horizons, you got the JRPGs. I mean, you got stuff for which the PlayStation audience is known for, and Xbox should do the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what would be perfect though?
What was that?
I said, you know, it would be perfect if Microsoft, if they, you know that IP that they had, Cameo. Now, basically, have a mature version of Cameo on the level of Horizon Zero Dawn. Use the Forza Horizon 3 engine, because I remember Phil telling me that they could create different type of games with that particular engine. So if they create an open world Cameo game that's an RPG, that'll be pretty sweet, man.
Or they could do
all these ideas out there.
They could do Conquer, like play off your fan base. You got your fans asking for stuff. I mean, yeah, they got the Phantom Dust remake coming, or it's the remaster or remake or whatever.
No. It's a re-release, man.
Okay, well, a re-release. Yeah. I mean, just play off the stuff that your audience is craving for, or maybe they are, because I mean, shit, we haven't made it to E3 yet. Maybe we'll see stuff like Conquer and Banjo-Kazooie, or these rare titles, Battletoads and stuff like that. That's the stuff that they fans want, that they could actually put forth the effort and make a difference to kind of make amends. You know what I'm saying? They don't necessarily have to just try to adopt like the JRPGs and stuff, because as of right now, what their audience is proving that they don't really want that. Build off stuff like Rise, build off like Sunset Overdrive, even though it didn't do that great. Build off that.
Yeah, but Kev, I'm gonna say that I still think they need some JRPGs, like exclusive ones, just for the sake of
I know, but I'm just saying they don't have to just try to force it on people, though. I mean, you had your Lost Odyssey.
Yeah, exactly. At least bring out Lost Odyssey so you could tell people, look, it's there, you know.
Yeah.
You don't have to try to shove it down anybody's throat like you did with Halo Wars 2. Because people didn't want to buy Halo Wars 2. They didn't want to buy it, you know. I know hardcore Xbox guys who weren't really interested in that game. And here's the thing. I know people were saying, yeah, they released one game this year. But here's the thing. If you're not really into Halo Wars 2, then you're completely screwed. Because there's nothing else there for you besides some multiplats or whatever.
Yeah. The audience needs to appreciate indies too, though. Like, I don't know. It's like they just completely... just like don't count these games at all, which is weird because the 360 had more indies than the PS3. Like, I don't understand where the hell did this switch and this disdain and a great amount of hatred come from for indies. Like, I understand. Okay, they feel like they shouldn't be put in the spotlight. Fine, if that's how you feel, cool. But damn, they don't even fucking acknowledge them. Like, I don't understand it.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
really
I
don't.
heard that what the Xbox Arcade used to be popping back in the day.
Yeah, it did. And when I had a 360, because that's how I found out about Dust and Bastion. And I got the platinum in not Bastion, but Dust on my PS4 because I remember how fun it was when I played it on the 360. And I got Bastion just waiting. I got to go back and platinum that. But I played it and I remember how fun it was from the 360. That's why I got it again. So I don't understand like why these guys are just so hateful and just like ignorant when it comes to these games that could be, great fillers in between the big AAA games. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah,
understand.
I hear you. I hear you guys. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think right now it's wait and see. We know the specs now. We just need to know the games, and
Yeah.
hopefully,
Oh yeah.
go ahead.
In regards to that, and as far as the specs, it is nice that the Xbox has it, but once again, they're catering to the part of the community that really just wants bragging rights and not really expecting quality because
But I think Microsoft
even
wants that themselves, though. I think Microsoft wants to reclaim that title themselves because
yeah, I mean they do. I remember the interview with Adam Sessler and Albert Pinello. If you want to
what
die on your sword and say that PlayStation is more powerful, then
not only
you know
that,
I,
but earlier this gen, Xbox was claiming, oh, third party deals hurt. They hurt the consumer and all this. They were against third party deals, and folks was claiming that, oh, PlayStation getting Call of Duty third party deal is stupid and it shouldn't do this. And oh, now time, with the whole Destiny DLC and all this time DLC that's happening on PlayStation, all of a sudden it's a problem and this is anti-consumer and all this other stupid shit. But last gen, none of this was a problem. Last gen, none of this was being talked about or being expressed as a negative in the YouTube and social media community to this capacity, at least. I mean, last gen, folks was, against DLC, but Xbox was still getting all of these third-party deals over PlayStation.
yeah, but last gen people was against DLC because they just didn't want the games to not be complete. This generation is there. People have become complacent with the idea of DLC, but they're really against the fact of one console having some DLC over the other, whether it's timed or exclusive DLC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then to add on to that, I mean, yeah, you're right. But with the Scorpio, like we've already seen, I've seen like 2 or 3 articles saying that Xbox wants to win back third-party devs.
Yes, I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that because what did Phil and everybody say at the beginning of this gen once they started losing third-party deals and they lost Bungie and all that stuff? What were they saying? We're focused on more in-house. We're not focused on third-party and all this other shit. That's all they're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, power does. What was Phil saying? Power doesn't matter. It's all about the games. The gamers will choose which console is the best console based off the games. All this stuff was being said at the beginning of this gen, and as we started rolling along into the gen, getting deeper and deeper into the gen, the narrative started to change even more. Oh, we don't need to provide sales because sales isn't something that defines the success of a console and all this stupid shit.
It's user engagement, right?
Yeah,
That's
like
what
all
they
this
say.
stupid shit
The
that
only
doesn't
numbers,
matter.
the only numbers they give is how many chainsaw kills have been done in Gears of War, how many laps in Forza, stuff like that.
Shit,
How many
my
zombies?
They give you
Yo,
ballpark numbers.
how many zombies killed in Dead Rising? That's the only numbers they're gonna give you, bruh. When people want actual numbers, so
Yeah.
it's just
But
PR.
now that they
It's a
have the most
PR
powerful
spin. It's just
console, it's like, okay, now we got bragging rights again. So now we can start providing numbers again, and we're trying to get the third party deals back, and we want third party exclusives and all this other stuff. It's like, what?
Look though, last gen, I think people be forgetting. Like we don't forget last gen. Aaron Greenberg and the boys, man, they used to tear us up with NPD numbers every month.
Yeah, yeah. Yo,
now they humble.
He's game. First off, I got a question. Who the hell hurries up and just gathers all of this information when they find out that they lose the NPD? Like, who do they got counting all of these weird ass nitpick facts?
I don't know.
It's just funny to me. I
It
don't
was
know.
hilarious because I'm like, people say, "Oh, the numbers don't matter," and stuff, and I'm like, they really don't. But last generation, when they did matter, you ain't hear us saying nothing. We didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yo, Sony was quiet. Even like the Sony representatives, they was
They were
just shutting
quiet.
the hell up.
Yeah,
they
they
was
were
like,
quiet last year. They weren't even engaging with the community like they doing now.
yeah, you right. They was just like
And
a ghost damn near.
they got humbled because of that.
Mm-hmm. They got
Yeah.
humbled. They went back to the drawing board, and now, again, yo, real quick, I gotta go off topic. Yo, shout out to the snipers in the chat. Whew. Yo, them snipers in the chat vicious today. I tell you, man. They woo.
I ain't even see it. I just seen I just see the message gone. But anyway.
Yo, shout out to Mr.
Yo, shout out to the snipers in the chat, man. These folks is military grade. But yo, any you guys got any other thoughts on the Scorpio, the reveal, and things like that?
I would just say that it is a good move. It is very good. It's going to push Sony forward, I believe. So it's definitely good for competition. But at the same time, like I said yesterday, and we're going to see this. Remember how they act when the Xbox One S was doing? They was feeling themselves. So expect if anytime during this next holiday, it's going to be back to the old Microsoft. Just remember that. Because they're going to be sending hella shots. So the pro can't do this, the pro can't do that, which is fine. I expect that. But at the same time, you can have all of that power, but you need games. Or in my case, I should say, you need good games that's going to make me.
No, in my case, you need big bangers, man.
Big bangers, man. Facts. I'll say this real quick. Just to kind of humble myself or whatever. The Scorpio isn't completely off the table with me. I will pre-order it.
It's not.
I'll say it straight up.
Not to E3.
I will pre-order it just to have that spot reserved. You feel me? But then after E3, that'll be the deciding factor if we're gonna hit that cancel or not. Now, again, I don't want this to turn into a power struggle, literally, like pun intended, as in Xbox guy's the most powerful console now, so now PlayStation's going to try to come with the next powerful console and forget about the games. I don't want the games to be forgotten about here, because at the end of the day, that is the most important factor in any type of console or any type of device that plays games.
Can I ask you a question though, Persona, man?
Yes.
When fans ask for a more powerful console and they don't really talk about games, do you think that makes Microsoft's work more easy for them? Because providing hardware is pretty easy compared to cranking out all these games. So what do you think about that?
Well, I mean, providing hardware is easier because the development process of a game can take anywhere from 2 to 3 years, at least a good game.
Especially more than one.
Yeah, especially. And if we're talking a masterpiece, then we're talking 3 to 5, if that. When's the last time we heard something from Sucker Punch? Last time we talked about them, it was back when First Light came out, and that was close to the beginning of the gen. We're already in 2017, so I think the development process for a lot of games is a little bit more of it takes a little bit more creativity than putting a console together, because to put a console together, you just need to have some strong components and just throw it in there and make it
some off-the-shelf parts, right? That's it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to realize too, Sony is a hardware company at the beginning of everything. Like they're known for their hardware, so they've never had to have the strongest console to sell. Sony's never had to have like the strongest console on the market to actually sell.
Mm-hmm.
With the PS1 and the PS2, them joints wasn't the heftiest joints out there.
Mm-hmm.
Especially not PS2, but PS2 still sold.
Had some of the that library for PS2, man. Look, bro, that library for PS2 was...
like I keep telling people, the US is cool, but Sony does damage in Europe and Japan. That's where they do a lot of their damage at. That's how they came back and tied it up last generation. They started going hard body, and then they started to catch up.
Mm-hmm. See, but the difference between that last gen and this gen is the gap between PlayStation and Xbox is very like this isn't. We're not talking like walking across the street. We're talking, I'm in New York and Kevin's in Cali. Like the gap is very wide.
Yeah, the gap is wide now.
It's very wide, and not only that, but it's not like Sony is just selling off the console alone. No, Sony is selling off its games. Like this is what people have to understand. Yes, the PlayStation Pro, they did bring a mid-gen refresh in. Yes, they did. But it's not like they brought a mid-gen refresh in because of lack of games or because of lack of hardware. The PlayStation 4 is still a very viable console. It's still a very good console, and it's still selling very well. The games still look very good. Games are still 1080p, and games are still they're still putting out games and products on the PlayStation 4 Slim. The Pro is just an extension of what's already there. That's the difference between Microsoft and PlayStation. The Pro is an extension of what's already there on top of the games that you're already getting. They've said this. If you're a type of person that likes your games to look a little bit more prettier on your 4K TV, here, get this. What Microsoft is saying is we've got the powerhouse. All your games are going to look 4K Ultra, this, that, and the third on your 4K TV. Get this. But they're not showing games to match what they're saying. That's the difference between PlayStation and Xbox. PlayStation showed you a stronger console and showed you the type of games that you can expect to see on this console, third party and first party. Microsoft showed you a chip.
Yes, I agree, and I just want to add to what you were saying, Persona, man. Like I said, like the power is not gonna, help their games get any better. It's down to like developer talent and everything like that. Yeah, it's like developer talent. It's about that. It's about the crafting. Let's just say like the PS4 Pro. We already know it's less powerful than Scorpio, but you may see games, and don't be surprised if you do, but you probably will see games like exclusive games on PS4 and the Pro probably look better than whatever Microsoft had for the Scorpio first party wise.
Man, I know that.
You're probably gonna see that. No shade or anything like that. But it's down. What my point being is, it's about the talent and the crafting. It's about the artists and everything, man. You gotta appreciate that.
I agree.
Yeah, that's true. You can have all the highest, this, that, and the other, but if you ain't got the talent, like people wonder how the PS3 did so well first party wise, and it was because the first party showed off what you can really do if you really take the time to learn the cell architecture. Like people never thought in a million years that Uncharted 2 and God of War 3 could look that good on the PS3. That's because those devs took the time and made the games, and they actually learned the cell process, and not even like, and that made the third party devs like, damn, like they really can, like the cell processor isn't as bad as we thought it was. It's just harder.
Not only that,
but to add on to, I was gonna say, I just wanted to quickly piggyback on what Crunk was saying about the cell processor. Yes, at the beginning of the gen, developers couldn't really tap into it the way the potential that you had, right? But here's the thing, though. When it came down to it, towards the end of the generation, there were some third-party games that looked better and ran better on PS3. I think GTA was one of them, GTA 5, and I think there was a few other games towards the end that looked better, even resolution-wise and everything. Final Fantasy 13 looked better on PS3 than 360. It was higher res.
To add on to what Crunk was saying, with like the devs and the creativity and stuff like that, for everybody that's watching, also think of it like this as well. With PlayStation 4 already having a lot of these third-party deals secured, and the sales of these third-party deals are benefiting both PlayStation and the developer equally, do you really think that these developers are going to just say, hey, look, well, this console is more powerful now, so we're going to take the third-party deal from you, even though you're selling more, and give it to Xbox? Think about that, not from a fanboy standpoint. not from a consumer standpoint. Look at that from a business standpoint. If my console is selling more than the competition, would I really take my business elsewhere and risk losing potential sales?
Hell no. Like I think Colin Moriarty did a video, and he was talking about the PS4 and the moves that Sony been making, and they've been setting themselves up with these third-party deals that have been excellent for them. Like the Battlefront, it's the Batman, the Spider-Man that's coming up. What
Metal
else?
Gear.
Yeah, like Metal Gear. Of course, we do
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. It's another one. Dog, at the Rockstar joint that we got coming this year.
Red Dead?
Yeah, Red Dead. Those like Battlefront, Red Dead, Destiny. Like that's a one hit a quarter right there. Those are 3 huge games, very huge. Like them joints are going to sell. Like them joints are going to sell. Like they really got on their stuff this year and was like, we think a certain third party. And Destiny, of course, is going to do huge.
Especially if they have a custom console for Destiny, just like Destiny 1.
Like they did with Destiny 1. They better do it with the Pro.
If they do it with the Pro, you got my bread.
They do it. If they can do it with the Pro, not even just Destiny. If they do other third party deals and they start coming back out with these custom consoles, because they sell. Look what the custom console for Batman, that joint sold a lot.
That just sold a lot.
How about that Darth Vader sticker, man?
That's that Darth Vader console was sold out everywhere. That sold.
Yeah.
Man,
they won the holiday season because of that Darth Vader console, man.
Yeah, they won. That holiday season was
Battlefront because it's Star Wars, man.
Yeah, Star Wars sells. Period. Like game wise, movie wise, whatever. Star Wars sells. Star Wars is a household name. But yeah, man, this that was definitely good conversation, good stuff, man. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what the Scorpio will bring and what games they'll bring at E3. Hopefully they lay it out, and hopefully they give Sony a run for their money. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into these outros. Starting with Mr. IronWolf, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say great topics, great show, great panel. Appreciate you sending me the invite for this podcast. Huge honor yet again. And you shout out to the PlayStation Nation. Shout out to all gamers, in fact. And you could catch me on my YouTube channel at Supersonic Wolf 4K. And you can follow me on Twitter at Supersonic Wolf. Oh, damn. What was that? But yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, and every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, you can catch me on the Greatness Podcast, and I always have, a special guest every single week. Hopefully, I could bring you Persona this time, because I tried to have you last time, and then there was this whole mess that went down. So hopefully we could chop it up again on the Greatness Podcast, and
definitely,
hopefully, you too, Crunk, man. Hopefully, I could get you on too, so we could have some interesting conversations on gaming. And once again, thank you very much, man.
No doubt. Like I said, man, it's definitely an honor to have IronWolf onto the podcast, man. Definitely a cool dude. Definitely real, he's very outspoken, and like I said, man, when it comes to these trolls, he up there with Barry, man. You think Barry, him and Barry, man, they like troll brothers. And I definitely have his I have the Greatness Podcast link in the description. I have his channel, IronWolf's channel, in the description. Make sure you check out the Greatness Podcast. Make sure you check out IronWolf's channel. He's definitely drops a lot of good content. He's very consistent and things like that. And so Crunk, go ahead, give us your outro.
Yo, my bad, y'all. That was a Twitter pop-up.
Oh no, you good?
Destiny video just popped up out of nowhere. He just come out of nowhere talking epic as hell. But thanks for having me again on this Friday night. I had a good time. Shouts out to everybody who came through. The chat was pretty lively. And shouts out to the snipers. 1 minute they was there and 1 minute they was gone. Blink of an eye.
Great.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like I blinked and that joint was gone. Yeah, man, it was good talking about these games and we enjoying them, and it feels real good right about now, man. Like this right here might be one of the best years of gaming we've had since probably 2013. And it's probably, I think it's better than 2013.
I was gonna say, honestly, I'll go even further back than that. Man.
Yeah, because like there's just so many games, and then the quality of the games. So I don't want to hear nobody say that there ain't nothing to play. I've been hearing that for how, I don't know how many years this generation. Oh, there's nothing to play. Now you have no excuse to have nothing to play. But yeah, we out. Persona 5 time to cut this PlayStation on.
Yo, Crunk, you know, that's
make sure y'all check out She Attack, and make sure y'all check out Boss Lair podcast. We should be back next week.
Yeah, definitely check out the big sis, Miss Crunk, Miss Barrett. The link to her channel is in the description as well, and I thought I put the website there too. I'll put sheattack.com is it'll be in the description as well. Make sure you check out the website and check out the channel and check out the Boss Lair podcast and things like that. Those group of ladies are definitely they definitely ain't nothing to mess with, yo. They know they know they game and stuff, yo. They definitely be on it. So definitely do support them and show some support to the ladies of the gaming industry. And yeah, the big bro, my co-host, MistaOfficialVG. Guys, to give you outro, man, and shout out whoever you want to shout out. And, yeah.
Well, of course, you know, big shout out to the homie Wolf. Appreciate you coming through, man, especially with the time difference. So hopefully we ain't hold you up too long, man.
Well, it's Friday, man. It's Friday, man. So it's all good, man.
Oh, okay. Just making sure, man. Just trying to be considerate. And shouts out to everybody in the live stream. You know what I'm saying? The council fam, the homie, what's his name? Phil Doug. I've been glancing over the chat, seeing folks' comments.
It was
Choco,
Phil,
Jose, I see you, player, and Johnny Niner, the homie. Hopefully we can chop it up soon since I'll be on your coast. You know what I'm saying, in the future. Oh shit. It just got real.
I ain't even say that.
You already know, yo, Kev. You know I had to do it. You know,
somebody told me that they were giving away free cookies, and I'm just here for the cookies.
Oh man, yo, you know what y'all
man.
Somebody said they had free shortbread cookies. I'm here to rob.
Yo, I just want to say, yo, I appreciate all you cats, man. Like I'm still kind of in my feelings because next week the change is definitely taking effect. So y'all not gonna hear from me as much probably on this podcast, the council podcast. Not so sure yet. I got to see how my work schedule is gonna be, but I know I'll at least be able to make this one. We will be an hour later for the Man of a Gamer podcast starting next week. Or maybe not, because I'm not working that Friday.
Well, you're not working next week, right?
But the week after, I know we'll definitely be an hour later.
Yeah.
But the council podcast I'm gonna miss because I'm gonna be on the road to Cali. So I just want to say I appreciate all you cats who listened to us and heard our thoughts, and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we can expound upon these topics further. Make sure to sub to everybody's channel, Crunk Girl, IronWolf, The Greatness Podcast. Also follow them on Twitter, The Greatness Podcast.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, I didn't know you had one, so I looked on Twitter today. I was like, oh, okay, let me give you a follow.
Yeah.
So, you know, just much respect to everybody, man. We just lovers of this gaming thing, and you know, I just want to wish positivity and hopefully some games for everybody.
He got on the mask.
Yeah.
Man. Yo, man. Let me make my outro quick. Big shout out to Demi and Choco, my admins of the chat. Big shout out to them. Big shout out to Michy for coming through. Phil Dog, Josue. Who else was here? Rezap. Big shout out to him. Big shout out to like I said, IronWolf for coming through to the podcast, taking the time out, because I know it's really late out there. And you, I really do appreciate that, man. Honestly, shout out to, Crunk for coming through. Big shout out to everybody that supports the council. Big shout out to the council. So all love to the council fam. Yeah, and like I said, definitely check out the online arcade Patreon page that me and Jay Bari are setting up. Like I said, it's not mandatory that you have to donate anything. I really want to stress that it's not mandatory. But if you do like what we are trying to set up and what we're trying to do with these different fighting game tournaments, it's definitely appreciated if you do throw some support our way with that. But again, it's not mandatory. And the Chaos Code tournament will be happening maybe the first week of May. I will be creating a video and creating the challenge tournament site and all that stuff this weekend. And I will have further details on that. If that's something that you do want to be a part of, definitely let me know on Twitter or let MistaOfficial know on Twitter. Our Twitters are in the description. And again, subscribe to all the council members. Subscribe to IronWolf. Check out our website. And yeah, man, I appreciate all of you guys that support my channel and support what I do and what we all do. And again, like I always say, I'm just a gamer trying to share my experiences with the world. And with all podcasts, we end with
Phil Spencer, baby. What you doing, baby? Oh no. You can't be dropping a Scorpio with no games, baby. We don't want to play this 360 shit no more, baby. Stop. They didn't buy the games with me on them. Halo Wars 2 and Halo Stars 2, baby. Nah, Peter, Piper, Picker, Game. Nah.
Oh, Lord.
Oh man, that's it.
Halo mask on.
That's it, me.
Everybody, please petition. Please show us some next-gen games. We going for the Xbox Scorpio, not the OG Xbox. Please show us some new stuff. Please.
Oh man.
Please.
Yeah, man. But yeah, that's the podcast. I had to get Michy in here and have him do his infamous outro that he does on the council podcast. And I hope you guys enjoyed and y'all have a good night. Peace.
What is you doing, Phil Spencer? What are you doing?